What is going on, the Bomb Squad? This is Don the Bomb returning once again, yet again, already, for another exciting action-packed wrestling figure review. So today, I have the classic twofer. I have the 2-for-1 unboxing and review, and today, our focus is going to be on the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, and his other aliases, of course. So Chris Jericho has been a guy that has been around in professional wrestling since, the early 90s, it seems like. ECW, WCW, WWF, WWE, AEW, Japan, Mexico, whatever. What has this guy not done? And he keeps on finding ways to reinvent himself, makes himself relevant. You know, and even at his age, I believe he's in maybe his early mid-50s by now. He's in AEW, and he's been, reinventing himself time after time. He's been in faction after faction, and he's still doing his thing. He's had many, many nicknames from, Corazon de Leon, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Y2J, La Champion, the Wizard, the Painmaker, and now finally he is the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, which I'm sure Jazwares will make a figure of that soon, and we'll probably get it in 2027. No, I'm serious, probably 2027, considering the way things go sometimes. So today we have a couple of his monikers, and this is his Lionheart Chris Jericho, which is his more recent version. This is him when he was emulating the Lion. Oh my gosh, what am I talking about here? Yeah, Lionheart. I was starting to get my lions confused. So yeah, about, a year and a half, 2 years ago in AEW, he brought back the Lionheart Chris Jericho gimmick for just a little bit of time, and then AEW went and did a figure of it. This is AEW Unrivaled Series 15. And then also I'm going to be unboxing the ringside exclusive figure, JerichoHausen, for his little bit of a run, a moment in time, if you will, when he was teaming up and hanging out with our boy, nice, very evil, Danhausen. Man, I am just going off the rails. What am I doing today? Anyway, let's get into these unboxings. All right, so JerichoHausen, ringside exclusive, Unrivaled Series 15, Lionheart Chris Jericho. Easy for me to say this time. So let's start off with the Lionheart. Like I said, this is his more modern take of it. He was Lionheart Chris Jericho, and I believe in ECW 1995 and 1996-97 as a babyface in WCW. He was cool. It was entertaining. He became more entertaining later on, though, as a heel, and then, in WWE. So, there we go with the box. This has been out for a while, but I had to take advantage of one of those ringside collectibles, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, ringside holiday Christmas sales. I got this for, I think it went down to $4.99 or $5.99, and that's when I jumped in on this. So not too bad. Here are the other figures in the line. There is Chris Jericho right there with his Lionheart getup, barcode and other jibber jabber. Let's take him out of his plastic prison already. Yeah, that's a good idea. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. And he still finds time to do his Fozzy thing, that heavy metal band. He's got some cool songs. He maintains, I'm sure, a very hectic schedule. Out of the package, we have a couple of mic gripping hands, or weapon hands. Let's get him out of here. Like I said, for $4.99, can't beat that. Oh my gosh, Chris Jericho has been sliced in half. And look at that plastic. Tries to prevent it from staining. Doesn't always work. Hopefully one day it will work. Really doesn't have any soft goods, so I don't even know why he has the plastic. But whatever. Protection. Sometimes you gotta protect yourself. It's always better to be safe than sorry. And there is his top half right there. He has a nice rubber vest. Let's put him back together like a young Humpty Dumpty, if you will. Yep, this is, like I said, a more modern take. It has his updated tattoos. There's his, he maintains his youthful appearance one way or another. And then you have, like I said, the classic Lionheart attire. Yellow with the black, sort of lightning bolts. black knee pads, black kick pads, boots, Lion. Nothing on this side, but it does say, oh, it says Lion on both sides. My bad. But yeah, not too bad. Once again, for $4.99, Ringside Collectibles, spending so much money there the last month or so, and that's why I'm doing so many unboxings this last month, because I purchased about, I don't know, it seems like 25 figures, and I'm videotaping all the unboxings, so you all have to suffer along with me, if you choose to, and I'm hoping you choose to. So, not bad articulation. We have the double-jointed pinned elbows. We have bicep cut, removable hands. Whoa, Jericho can turn his head all the way around, like if he was in The Exorcist, the movie. Like I said, he has a black vest, rubber, a softer rubber. And he can do the super kick. He can do the Y2J splits. He has thigh cut, boot cut, double jointed pin knees, I'm guessing, underneath the knee pads. And ankles that are, oh, the ankles actually aren't bad. Oh my gosh, you could hear the ratcheting. These are actually some of the best ankles I've had from an AEW or a WWE Mattel figure in a long time. Love to see it. I don't know how many wonky ankles I've gotten from Jazwares figures the last handful of unboxings, but there you go. Lionheart Chris Jericho. If I had to rate this figure, I would give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Not bad. And then, I guess this could be the highlight of the unboxing. Very nice, very evil, JerichoHausen. Very nice, very evil. Now that's more like it. Man, I'm just going off the rails. Let's get this going. All right, there's the box. Very simple. JerichoHausen, barcode, other jibber jabber. There's a window on top you can see in the top for whatever reason. This went down at Ringside Collectibles as far as $6.99, and I had to jump in. I was thinking maybe not getting this, but at $6.99, you got to get a deal out there. Can't pass that up. Nothing else in there? Nope, not really. All right, put that off to the side. There is our boy JerichoHausen in that short period of time he spent hanging out with Danhausen. Look at that in his plastic prison. Let's get our boy out of here. Let's go over accessories. I'm not going to do articulation because it's essentially the same exact body style that Jazwares has been using for Chris Jericho's many AEW figures, which I have quite a few, and I'll show them off a little later. There are some mic gripping hands, a little more open than the other two I just showed. A couple of different head sculpts, including the one that it comes with. So we have this one here, which is a more stoic JerichoHausen face. Ready to put a spell on somebody, perhaps? I don't know if he had that power, or he just had the makeup. Here is a little more of a grimacing face. That one's pretty cool. Let's see, I don't know if you can see, but hey, be it as it may. And then the figure itself. Oh my goodness. I dissected him as well, cut him right in half. The one thing I do like about Jazwares AEW figures is the ability for customizers to easily take apart the different parts and interchange them and mix and match. Choose your own adventure with all the different body parts. But let's put Jericho back together. Once again, like Humpty Dumpty. Has a nice soft goods cape, very similar to the one that Danhausen has in his Ringside Collectibles figure. You see very nice, very Ocho. I didn't mention that as one of his nicknames, but Ocho, the Ocho, that's another one of them. There is his face there. This is a cool cape, and it has the wiring on the ends of it, so you can kind of pose it around. Has the high Dracula-like collar. Once again, his very distinctive, familiar tattoos. This face is a more, yelling, screaming face. Very nice, very evil. His hands out of the package. These are some whimsical hands. He's about to maybe put a spell on somebody, so I might have to display him with this exact look. And then you have the trunks, black, red trim, and then you have your black boots that have the little logo right there on both sides. Like I said, I'm not going to go over articulation. Has a darker tan skin tone. Love to see it. All right. If I had to rate this figure, I would. It's very, very toyetic, obviously. So I would have to rate this one probably an 8 out of 10. Very toyetic. Let's bring in Lionheart back in here. Let's bring in some of his friends, shall I? And here's his best friend at the time, Ringside Collectibles, Danhausen. There he is right there. Can you stand Danhausen? Come on, do me a solid. Give your boy Don the Bomb a solid. Unfortunately, his cape looks like it's ripping off, and that's how I got out of the package. Here is the Jazwares Chris Jericho. This is the Corazon de Leon Luminary figure, which is pretty cool for what it is. It's always cool to play the long game on some of these too. You can get for very cheap, especially at Ringside Collectibles. I think I got that one last year, like for the same price, like $6.99. Here is the Painmaker Chris Jericho. This is a really cool one, very toyetic with his leather jacket, which is kind of like a takeoff his very first AEW figure, which I have here. I think this is actually the version 1.0 where it had the more pale skin tone, but I do like this one. I like the soft goods scarf and the hat. Very much so. These are all AEW figures. Here's another one. This was a Walmart exclusive with the purple promo gear jacket. Love that one. Purple shoes. Chris Jericho. Just running wild. Running wild. And then I brought in a WWE Mattel. This is from the list Chris Jericho. Well, yet another moniker. And like I said, he's been part of several factions too, especially in AEW. I can't even remember them all. It's too many to name, but here is the Y2J Chris Jericho Mattel figure when he was the list, when he was hanging out with Kevin Owens. So, hey, Y2J running wild here on the table. So what you gonna do when Jericho Mania runs wild on you? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how long he's gonna be around, but we got to enjoy him with the time he still has here on AEW. So I don't know what more he could do, but hey, it is what it is. So hope you enjoy the video, and always remember, if you don't have any Chris Jericho figures in your collection, what are you doing? But just remember this to get you through that time: all that glitter isn't gold. And if you're not a member of the Bomb Squad, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? Subscribe. Or the Ocho will have something to say about that. Y2J, Chris Jericho. Woo!